When I woke up this morning, I absolutely could not face another big breakfast. So I made my way to Front Street in downtown Tupelo in search of a light breakfast and a cup of coffee. As I made out on foot, one of the first things I noticed was what is now becoming my requisite Confederate statue in front of a courthouse. I've recorded it, but I've since researched a little bit, and I found out that this isn't as rare of a commodity as I could have hoped. So I promise not to record any more of these as I make my way across the South. I eventually found a little dessert and coffee shop called Crave Desserts and Coffee, oddly enough. There I found a list that went on and on of some of the most scrumptious stuff, but it was the last item that kind of took my breath away. There are not words. This picture does not do it justice. In the back, I counted at least 7 women baking and making the most amazing cakes and desserts. And seated at a table was the manager and her very best friend. If I could ask ladies what your names are?
Dixie.
Ashley. And ladies, if you could describe in one word how you're feeling about this election, not who you're voting about, just how you feel about it. Could you summarize?
Overwhelmed. I feel disturbed.
I have to tell you, ever since I got into Mississippi, I've gotten a lot of words.
Yeah.
Discouraged, disturbed. I have been kind of stunned by that, but I totally flown away. Thank you so much. And this is extra credit, no problem if you can't, but from your perspective, you guys have lived in Tupelo your whole lives?
Yeah, most of it, yeah.
And like, if you were thinking about what you hope for Tupelo, like regardless of which administration gets in, what are the things that you guys need or you really hope could happen for the city of Tupelo? Okay, all right, literally they're covering their mouths and they are laughing. I swear to God, I wish the video was on.
Old heads to leave the board seat.
I wish our tax dollars went to more things that help the community.
100%. I wish that the money around here that was made went to things that were more community based instead of what they believe to be like looks historical or I guess better like government buildings when there are so many other things we can have. We have 2 $1 million crosses about 30 minutes apart from each other on the highway that cost millions of dollars to put up. And while they were crowdfunded, they could have also been crowdfunded for lots of other things. Yeah.
Okay,
Definitely.
that is amazingly astute and actually very direct, which is something I don't get a lot. Thank you for that.
And when you're on the highway or past the highway, you'll see them.
I will absolutely, and I will try and go take some pictures because
I'll slap you in the face.
It's right. Yeah, I mean, you literally cannot miss it. But I feel like there's a lot of things we are missing. So there's the kicker.
Oh my.
There's the kicker.
So go ahead. So it begs the question: if you were going to say what is the top 2 things, 1 or 2 things that you're missing here in Tupelo, what would it be?
Things for young people or kids to do, family-oriented things for sure. And really just say that. There's not a lot of like... the school system could be better.
Yes,
too.
public school systems here for sure. We could rock with a little bit more funding for that because the town has plenty of funding. And since they brought medical marijuana to Mississippi, my guess is they would have a couple extra tax dollars to play with these next couple of years too, that they could really source through different ways.
Okay.
Yeah.
My friend, that's some wisdom you need to take into government, okay? Seriously? You guys are registered?
Yes.
You're going to vote?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And I just can't say enough. your voices matter, especially from what I heard today.
Yes,
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if that wasn't enough, my flag got even better. In green, Ashley wrote her name, and underneath it, Dixie put a heart and wrote the word besties and her name. So those of you who have been following along with me since 2008 know that I have been kind of obsessed with this cross that exists on I-40 in Groom, Texas, just before you get to Amarillo. The cross is 200 feet tall, and it's striking because the city of Groom only has 540 people in it. So the fact that it has this substantial cross sitting in the middle of a field is has always struck me as a little incongruous. Well, I never did find the two crosses that the ladies were referencing. You can imagine my surprise when I got into my hotel room and I looked it up online, and this is what I saw. Two crosses, identical in scale and design to the one in Groom, Texas. They have been erected in the last 2 years, and in fact, they are not alone. According to WTA, quote, giant Christian crosses are becoming familiar sights across the state of Mississippi.